What up, my people? Welcome to the Steffan Phiri Show. I'm your host, Steffan Phiri, aka Black Boy Man. How is Dumbo singing Sakaka sound? I think we're tired of this one. So, using in case you are joining us for the very first time, this is a show that brings social media closer to you. Little Tina Bambi Bambi yesterday. So the first story that I am going to talk about is about Yomaps. So Yomaps went on his Facebook page, Life Pake. A lot of people were throwing in comments here and there, and one of them was about the awards. Yeah, Zamtel Awards. He won one of the awards, Kwamene Kuja, and then he went on and said good words about the same award, and now thanking about Zamtel for giving him that very award. And we could see, like, I think a lot of you people can agree with me. First of all, let's check out this very video. Then you tell me your thoughts about Yomaps when he's alone, and then when he's with the manager, and when he's with the wife. Let's check out this video.
In fact, more than. Last. Yeah, this should be quiet. Honestly, how does it feel being able to afford everything you want? You can't afford everything you want because I got the chance you carry now a private jet. So I quite have been fish but dating condition you understand. So my levels here wafika ku level apa level pa kwati twa kwanisho kushita kona mninjinga you understand, from that level you go to another level just like that. So yali kawa kam. Congrats, you won an award to Zamtel. Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I was not in Town. I was in Mazabuka. I was performing in Mazabuka, so I couldn't attend the event. But we appreciate, as Oreos, for the recognition and honor. Like very, very important. So Zamtel, thank you so much. Mambo ndero ya fimta limanza pandete la award yandi up. Alo mtali mwanza nutukiashti award yandu koka. Yeah, so shout out to Zamtel. Thank you so much. Thank you for the love and thank you for the support. You have gained. Mantifetu kena wachi phone with. Fukai batata badi fefine. Bali muli type ya wenu pike chala. So kuina fuba kamba kukosa. But at least I. James munga buno sana chuma ichi. Triste apa. Chila deja vu. Okay guys. Was just checking on you. Hope you guys are okay. Be blessed. Work hard. Nalesalia mukupera mapalo bakamba fire. Afisa sanga nishu wali bakored. So that nangwali kupera mapalo nishu wali ngira muka. Yeah, so be blessed. Believe in yourself, and never give up.
Okay, so that was Yomaps. Anagamba Vambili in that very video, and thanking Kidis, Bwanji, and then he touched on the same issue Yama Awards. So I don't know if it's just me. When Yomaps is alone recording, let's say like a live video, mostly because Wama Kondo in the live. When he's just him, you can see a level of calmness. Amangala kam amakamba kona bintu sama kamba bintu vokelezeka maningi, unlike akankana na bantu when I stand to be corrected. But when he's in the presence of the wife or maybe Kandeke, we see a different side of Yomaps. Timaona side inangwa Yomaps. But ngati alieka timaona imangala konkasako. I don't know if ni observation yanganeka. I also believe human beings work like that. Nwongo nine I also work like that. Bindumban believing that stay influence judgment yako and these other things like perception na bintu vinangu ngatu na bantu ba makamaka my friends. You find that there's a lot of noise around, and then it can also influence your judgment on something. Ngatu li kuntu kuli family bimangache vinangu ngati pene uliweka, you're thinking of you have a clear head. And then you also say what you feel like saying, and that is coming from the bottom of your heart. And then mostly the purest things that you would say over a certain situation. But when some people are present, you find that your judgment is not as clear as you want it to be, because akakambako branch naye wakambako. So I feel like he should be this kind of your maps, this version of your maps. Me, I like it. He should just be alone whenever he wants to talk about something, or whenever he wants to go live. Let him just be him as a brand, as your boy, and talk about these things. I feel like they come from a purest place in his heart, unlike when he's with these other people. Talking about awards, Drimz was given an award by Ken Dumbo. See official award. It came from the company Ken. It's called royalty something new. Company Ken. They nampangilaka award over the single song Nokumpasa, to say that was the best song 2025. So this is what Drimz had to say about this award. So after my performance at the Zambia Wedding Industry Awards last Thursday, Ken Dumbo came through to give me this beautiful piece as his personal appreciation for my contribution to the music industry. His personal feeling was that this song was, for him, was a standout last year, and I believe many of you could possibly share the same sentiment. My friend Ken, whether this was out of humor or genuine thought, allow me to say thank you so much to you and the many people within and outside Zambia that keep showing me love and undiluted support in so many different ways in every season. Humbled. I remain Drimz, Mr. Muzik, the corporate artist. So this was in the morning. And then he awards mkailangana buno pansa pampolembo at Royal Breed Creation. So this is Ken Dumbo's company. They are in the Mpasa Awadi, and then it says song of the year, single Drimz. I feel like it's a good thing to give credit where it's due. I feel like the song was big last year. Those are Nauneko Awadi Leonce. I'm glad that there's someone who actually came out and said, okay, this song did it for me last year. And though you did not receive any award, I am going to give you my award. That is a very, very good thing for us to see. Because this is the first post that I saw today in the morning. Then after that one, there was a crazy post that I saw. It was on Mark Ziligone's page. The page name is Nkongolo, Bishop Nkongolo. So what happened was, when Mark was going for work in the morning, pa akamba murodi ukukuside kwatu Lilayi Road, he found an accident. So paja pa accident pena peza accident paja peza kudala na wa police, and then he tried to, we all know he's a journalist. So he tried to maybe get footage of this story and find out more about what happened Kulia Mene accident. But the police decided to shempa him with the mbamas. He was beaten, and then his phone also was the right thing. And then time they gave him back the phone. I feel like if a lot of Zambians, I feel like this is not the only person who's going through this. I feel like men in uniform mostly, sometimes, I would say not mostly, sometimes they abuse their power. So if we have people like Ziligone coming out and say, this is what happened to me and this is what the police did to me. Ngati kuli bantu bambiri wangachoke, stay report vintu. So just on social media to talk about these issues, I feel like a lot of things will change. But ngati mungala bantu ajakuti, these things happen to you and then you do not take a step further or maybe report or try to put it out there, I feel like a lot of people will be so azambonkhana nithi there will be never zamboyo bakuchoka pan kukamba kwadiva many. So please, if you feel like there's an injustice that has been done to you by the police or any man or woman in uniform, just come out here and just talk about these issues so that we get better results next time, and then also we can be treated better. Monga ife ma wekisewenza ko ma media tikondo kopa upezi kati ukopa kuvala mambama simaoneka bwini mwaona. Speaking about physical abuse, yesterday we covered the story about Ruth Ronnie. So we talked about kuti mwamuna wake or ex-boyfriend and Mr. Blackmail kuti dropping him charges of physical abuse because he's afuna to be dropping it. But we also saw photos circulating. I think midday yesterday we saw my photos, physical abuse. Even I was like, where is the evidence of what she said? I didn't doubt her word, and I also did not justify what the man did. But also, when she brought out those pictures on social media, we could see how the abuse was, but we can't share them today. My photos, but they were very bad. And then, if you want to see them, you can see them on a lot of pages. Just check midday yesterday. You will find those photos that are quite disturbing. Kulima bruises, wanamchora kona ka kumo, vindu vambili so vichitika. And then there were a number of people who came out and spoke about this particular issue, and one of them is Wezi, and this is what she said. If anything happens to Ruth Ronnie, I will blame myself, because when she confided in me about what transpired, I saw her. I am the one who insisted that she reports to the police. She didn't want to, but broken bones aren't a way to correct a woman in whatever wrong you believe she's committed. And as such, a woman needs to be defended and not laughed at for reporting. Look at the way society has ganged up against her. Please stop dragging her. Drag me for telling her to report. I had no idea that she would be abused by the public for being human and expressing anger when provoked. I had no idea that the video was enough to convince people that the abuse she suffered was deserved. I had no idea that the public would weaponize the age difference to shame her. I thought those bruises and broken bones were unacceptable regardless of the age of the person who inflicted them on her. I had no idea that her believing in love regardless of age difference would be used to shame her. I had no idea that dear friend would be a laughingstock after allegedly suffering abuse at the hands of a person who once held dear to her heart. Wezi continues to say, if I knew I was not going to encourage her to report the case, maybe she shouldn't have reported. None of this shame would have been made public. This is all my fault. The victims seem suffer not reporting and hiding their pain because Zambians mock them, use their age, gender, and past as weapons to drag them and laugh at them. I am broken. And then aside from Wezi, there was also something that interested me, and this was posted by Patience Cisia, and this is what she says. It's very easy to make jokes, pass opinions, and dismiss victims when you've never encountered gender-based violence firsthand. When you've never seen abuse up close, it's easy to say things that are unrealistic, uninformed, and hurtful. You do not know that you are talking about. You do not know what you are talking about. GBV is complex, layered and painful, and until you've seen it with your own eyes or heard it direct from someone who has lived it, you will never truly grasp its weight. That's why so many of you find it easier to defend abusers, accuse their actions, or minimize what victims go through. But that speaks more about you than it does about victims. Sometimes when you don't understand a situation, the best thing you can do is keep quiet. So I understand my statements here and really Wezi and patience. I also feel like gender-based violence is a big issue in our society. It was there then and is still here now, and we can see a lot of cases rising from this. And then Kuri Ruth, I don't know kape muma mzondera chani muntu. When she came out and said she was abused in that relationship, a lot of people came out and said they just went against her. In the comment sections, they made their own posts. They did whatever they did on social media, claiming that she was lying or she was saying sense of zone. And then looking at the age difference, Ruth is 32, the boyfriend is 25. People felt they need to say umfana usangazi mwenye mwe wakulu, but you know things like this happen. And then got muntu abwela out, and then I've come back properly. So let's try to see how these things happen, understand what actually went on. And I love the fact that she did not just come out on social media and said, oh, the into phones, but anaipeleka mkani ku court. And this is ndepetoni na kuti nkani is serious kuti why endofika ku court. For her to go that side, she has receipts, of which we saw my pictures here yesterday. We saw some pictures, we saw and my x-rays and I'm my bonzo, and then the stories are so many, but there are a lot of stories. So until then kutiwa kind of kamba po mkoto mu depetiza kaziwa kutoke this is what happened, and then uyu mundu ali guilty in this particular manner, and then this is how he's going to be punished. And I hope he's going to be punished so that it can be used as an example to men and women who are actually abuse other people, because that is not the way to go. On that very note, we are going to take a very quick break and we'll be back with the fashion reviews. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Steffan Phiri Show. Yesterday, we covered half of the photos yaku Zamtel Awards. Abamanda TPT, these are from where we left from. So first up, we have Lizzy. So Lizzy is the wife to Maza. These outfits just didn't do it for me. I hate the fact that material nankala joined papa waist. It just looks disorganized, it looks busy, If she wanted to go with this dress, she would have just gone with this dress alone, other than adding this extra material. I feel like it was very unnecessary. Away from that, the hair is nice, the makeup is fire, the shoes are not it, and the dress also is just not doing what it's supposed to do. Moving on, we have Vamatero and the wife. This is what I said earlier on Facebook. I said Vamatero looked very nice. I love the jacket, the suit itself, the bow tie, the shirt inside. He looks very nice. However, the dress, Kudi, the wife, the hair is just okay. The makeup is fine. The dress just looks so simple. Away from that, away from the simplicity, yeah, never know na put up a dress. I wish she would have done more to the dress and give it life that it is actually lacking. Moving on, we have my two friends, Emmanuel and Christine. Christine's dress is very simple. I like it. I just don't know how to feel about the hair and the makeup. Emmanuel on the other side, I feel like it's not every time you have to dress like this. We know you are a rapper. We know you are from Matero. But sometimes just, kasuti chabe, you're going for awards. Kasuti cheka munche chabe ka simple. You attend the awards, you come back in your swag masote mwa. Just know where you are and also read the environment. Just be appropriate. Yeah. Next up, we have Gracious and this man. I don't know what his name is. I feel like he looks very simple. He looks clean. Gracious is dressed. I feel like it's unfinished. Cowbell papone unfinished. Kunyansi sina vikonde. I love the headpiece. And how it went from kwambira pants pa cowbell kufika huko. I feel it was a nice thing for her to do. But monga mwena kambira pa makaubewa hapa sina pakonde sibnani wamize maningi. Ranel also, I feel like the dress was unfinished. I feel like it was unplanned for. Monga ni sabea mu last minute. I think there's nothing much to say about this particular look. Moving on, Natasha Vandermas. I feel like she deserves this is a great dress. It's a good dress. I like it. It suits her and it also complements her skin tone. I love the hair, the makeup. She just looks nice. She looks like she's in her element, and that is very important. Moving on, the hosts of the red carpet. This woman, the name was gone, but it's a Bemba name. I feel like the dress was too simple for red carpet. You are hosting. Just go hard or go home. Go big or go home. Otherwise, you knew you were attending this event. You knew you'd be on the red carpet. I wish she did far much better than this. On the other hand, Medad, I feel like this suit, we've seen it on him. Naona mngana hivi anapokudala. Also him, it's the same thing. If you know you're attending these things, you are hosting, I think just put some strings here and there and look your best, because at the end of the day, you are the only one that you are seeing almost 60% of the time per screen, because you are hosting. So Nkwika Kocha Benzelo, away from that, I feel like he looks fine, but we've seen it before. On that very note, design that could segment your last in it and at post of the day. And then he posted, and I posting and Teresa. It was posted this very morning and it interested me. And this is what she said. Sometimes we have to thank God for things that didn't work out. I 100% agree with this statement. Kumangala there were a lot of deals. There were a lot of contracts that we didn't get. There were a lot of things that we didn't get. We thought we would get. Ndivyo kuti na meeting waenda. Wakuitana waenda mwakambisana mwambilana ma prices iwemekeza chabe contract oti ifike usaine, but things just did not work out. Sometimes God protects us from things that we can't see and things that we don't know about. So sometimes when things don't work, what I do is I just thank God. I just thank him in advance and also thank him for future deals, because at the end of the day, you don't know why you did not get that deal. Maybe it was a bad contract, maybe it was a bad thing for you to get yourself into. So sometimes don't just blame people around you or people that wanted to give you that deal. Sometimes just think of, okay, I think if this was for me, I say but the fact that God has decided not for me to have this, I think I'll trust him in that way and on that particular decision. On that very note, do join us next week on Mondays and Tuesdays pamene pano at 22:30 hours pamene pano. I'm your host Steffan Phiri, and see you next week.